Yesterday, there was a bit of a cut in the market. In fact, it was courtesy HDFC Bank, but the Bank Nifty was down about 310 points. Our own markets came off from the highs. So don't be surprised if you have some volatile days in the run-up to the elections. The SGX Nifty now also come off quite a bit from the highs, absolutely flat right now. But our research team is here to give you the list of top 10 stocks as we head into trade today. So let's get down to that. Anuj, what are you looking at today?
First is Z Entertainment. I'm just looking at the price pattern, Sonia. It's very interesting. It's just, it's defending 400 by the skin of its teeth. And the price pattern has been looking very shaky. It's somehow not able to defend or go past the 20 or 50-day moving average. So that's something to watch out for. And I think Rain Industries, that's an interesting one. In fact, this whole commodity basket all of a sudden saw some fresh buying yesterday. Fresh buying is important because, they were, of course, big wealth creators. After that, you saw that big correction as well. And now stocks beginning to bounce back a bit. So I would want to see if there's any kind of follow-through buying in this stock.
Okay. I think the big story that everyone will watch out for would be Jet. The last day was supposed to be yesterday, but it's gotten extended. And that story, Ritu Singh broke for us. Ritu is with us on the phone line. What's the latest from the consortium, Ritu?
Well, Lata, we're given to understand that even before the deadline to submit expressions of interest for Jet Airways was to initially end at 6 p.m. last evening, and thereby it was extended after that, at least 2 expressions of interest were submitted. There could be more than 2, but we've been able to confirm that at least 2 were submitted, and one of them was potentially from a private equity fund and the other from a strategic player. We've not been able to confirm the names, but yes, high drama even before that original deadline ended. Even before the extension came, hours before the deadline was to originally end, SBI also modified the terms of the sale itself, where not only has it invited expressions of interest to acquire up to 75% equity stake by effecting change in control and management of the company, it has now also allowed potential bidders to restructure the debt and put in fresh loans into the company and thereby become, the owner of Jet Airways. So the terms have been tweaked. They've also asked potential bidders to submit a solvency certificate along with their bids. But of course, as per our sources in these banking circles, the reason that the deadline was extended is some genuine interested people have asked for a little more time, especially in the light of the revised clarifications that have come in from now the State Bank of India-led consortium to submit their bids. Therefore, banks have now extended it to 12th of April, that is Friday, 6 p.m. And binding bids are expected to be submitted by the 30th of April.
Okay, 30th of April. All right, let's see if something comes through. But the stock has been under a lot of pressure. Ritu, thanks for giving us that update. There's some negative news on IT companies. ISG data shows that there's a slowdown in deal wins. Reema's here to take us through those details. Hi, Reema. Morning.
Hi, Sonia. Yes, this comes as negative news ahead of both Infy and TCS declaring numbers tomorrow. Now, ISG is a global research body and it's widely tracked by all the analysts as well as the industry. And that data, they hold a quarterly call, which was yesterday post-market hours, and their data shows that the deal wins have actually slowed down in the quarter gone by in Q1 of calendar year 2019, which is Jan to March. It's still steady. It's still a double digit, but if you pull up the trend, you can see it now stands at 12.5%, and it's significantly coming back. A couple of quarters ago, it was as high as 33%. So that is a negative. Secondly, even in North America, because that's where a chunk of the Indian IT companies get their revenues, North America is showing some signs of slowdown. The annual contract wins have practically stagnated at 1.5% growth. In some sectors and industry are showing you some delay in decision making. So some macro uncertainty playing out over there. Also, this total contract value needs to be broken up in 2 buckets. One is your traditional services, which is where you're seeing the sharp slowdown. But the other aspect of it, of 50% of the growth, comes in your SaaS or IaaS as a service that it's called. And that continues to show strong growth. But their growth is led by the product companies, and Indian companies are still getting into that space and developing the capabilities. So purely your traditional outsourcing, which is where your Indian IT companies get their revenues, that is seen a slowdown in deal making, and North America seems to be in a bit of a spot of bother. Additionally, for Wipro, I just want to add, the company has confirmed to the exchanges that on the 16th, when they declare their numbers, they will also be considering a buyback.
Okay, anyway, in any case, congratulations to you, Rima. One would have expected you to read bedtime stories in the evenings for your child, and she is reading ISG index details. Well done for the sake of our viewers.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we get over to go on with Nimesh. Nimesh, you broke the story on Dish TV, and now more people are talking about it.
Yes, Lata. So there are reports suggesting that Singtel and Bharti Airtel combined are looking to buy out Dish TV. We reported the same deal on April 4th, suggesting that Bharti and Singtel combined will look to buy out promoter 60% stake and make an open offer as well. Even then, we did suggest that Singtel is going to drive this whole deal, and Bharti will just eventually look to, going forward merge their DTH business with Dish TV. So at even that point in time, we reached out to all the three parties involved, Singtel, Bharti Airtel and Dish TV, and they all had not commented to our story. So it still realms of speculation, but yes, it looks like this deal is in the work and could be announced probably in the next few weeks from now.
Okay, and you heard it first on CNBC-TV18. Nimesh, thanks for reiterating that. Well, moving on, NBCC on our radar. Anisha's with us. A couple of more order wins there, Anisha.
Oh, well, yes, good news coming in for NBCC as the company has bagged orders worth over 3,000 crores in the month of March. And this is a sizable uptick than the 800 crores that they got in February, 350 crores in Jan, and a 200 crore order win in the month of December. So a sizable uptick. And remember, the management had told us that they're looking at an order book of 95,000 crore by the end of March. It looks like they have achieved that. The overhang on the stock is not really the order book, but it is the management and the leadership decision, because remember, Mr. Mittal has not got an extension, and that really raises the uncertainty on the stock. Back to you.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that. We have to get to Ekta. Ekta, a couple of pharma stocks on your radar.
Well, yes, I'll start with Sun Pharmaceuticals, where we've managed to access the Form 483, which is in fact issued by the US FDA to Sun Pharma's Dadra unit. Remember, the Dadra unit is expected to be quite a significant unit in terms of contribution. We don't have the exact contribution figures. However, 11 observations issued to this particular unit. It was inspected in the month of March, so you can expect some red on the screen on account of that. No repeat observations, however, in this particular inspection. Secondly, Wockhardt is in focus as they've received approval for Dacogen generic, which is basically a cancer drug. They have received it via a third-party manufacturer based in Hyderabad. So that stock should probably see some amount of green today.
Okay, Ekta, thanks a lot for that. Wockhardt, of course, I think it's an F&O ban. Let's see if that's the case. Mangalam, what are the other stocks in news?
Well, I have a handful of stocks, Anuj. We start with Welspun Corp. They've got an additional pipe order of close to 180 KMT, so that is a positive for that stock. Going forward, we have, well, Rima said all the IT companies will be under pressure on account of lower deal wins. The IT companies on their part are going out and exploring new avenues of business. So TCS, for instance, has partnered with Google Cloud to build industry-specific cloud solutions, something to do with blockchain as well. Promises a huge potential, but let's see whether this reflects in the financials or not. InfoEdge, that company too has been investing in futuristic businesses, and now they've invested 14 crore rupees in AgStack Technologies. What does AgStack do? A cursory website search shows that they are into direct-to-farmer m-commerce platform for agricultural inputs and advisory. So this is something we'll keep an eye out on. Tanla Solutions, the board has approved allotment of 21 crore shares, 2.19 crore shares to Blackstone. So that is also a positive. And finally, reports suggest that zinc prices are at 2-week low on fears of Chinese smelters upping their output. So keep an eye out on Hindustan Zinc.
Okay, this AgStack technology acquisition is pretty interesting, right? I mean, it's a technology-enabled marketplace. There's an app as well for enabling efficient farm management. I guess that's how the way forward is going to look like, even in agriculture.
Sonia, our research head Sonal is pointing out very helpfully that Tata Motors ADR traded at a 6% higher rate in the global markets yesterday. So I guess Tata Motors also should be on our radar.
Well, it has been one of the, it's the best performing stock this month. I mean, it's already gone up almost about 20% this month. Bad news or not, but there's definitely some buying into that stock. But here's a quick recap of our top stocks in focus. Stocks with positive news flow this morning. Rain Industries, Wipro, Dish TV, NBCC, SBI, Bank of India, PNB, Jet Airways, Wockhardt, Welspun Corp, InfoEdge and Tanla Solutions. While stocks with negative news flow today, we have Sun